Hello YouTube, and welcome back to the second video in our fire walkthrough. Today we're going to pick up where we left off and get 2 new spells. First, we're going to get the enrollment quest.
My apologies for the excitement, young wizard. There are forces at work, making things disorderly. Welcome now to the Ravenwood School of Magical Arts, young wizard. Now, on to your enrollment. There are 7 magic instructors here in Ravenwood. You should visit each of them to get to know them better. You can use your compass to find the Ravenwood Tunnel. The main schoolhouses are there circling the great tree, Bartleby. Return to me when you're finished.
So as you can see, this is also a storyline quest. So we get a new spell, a training point, and a furniture item.
Oh, goodness. You've only just enrolled, and you're fast becoming one of our brightest students, young wizard. Dark times call for exceptional people, and I sense you're one of the best.
This is also one of the storyline quests, so we have no choice to decline this for now, so we are going to accept it, and we can carry on right after we get finished with the enrollment quest.
Would you do another favor for me? You've demonstrated you're capable and unafraid. Sergeant Muldoon in Old Town needs help. I'd like to see what you can do. Go through the shopping district and look for the Old Town gate. Show Muldoon this letter, or else he won't let you pass.
Okay, so we are going to do the enrollment quest first. As you can see from the last video, I did get the new gear, including the crystal unicorn mount. So let's take a look at the gear. First we have the hat. We have a rough spun hat. It gives 11 max health. Our robe gives 1 fire damage. Our boots give 2 fire damage. Our wand is from the Wisteria lore pack. It gives 3 balance damage, 7 fire attack, and also 2 cards. The mount is the crystal unicorn. It is a permanent mount, so we get plus 40% speed and 2% accuracy to everything. So now we do have to go talk to each and every one of these 7 school teachers.
Jolly good to meet you, new student. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Arthur Weathersfield. I'm originally from Marleybone, which is a much different world than this. As a lad, I was always interested in magic, but they don't practice magic in Marleybone. When I got older, I spent many years studying here in Ravenwood. But for the past 10 years, I've been in Crocotopia. I came back to train students in a form of magic called sorcery that deals with the balance of all things. It is more advanced than the other schools and harder to master, but its power is unbelievable. Come by later if you want to learn more. Cheers!
So that was the balance school teacher. Now we're off to the storm teacher.
Ah, a new student. Welcome to the School of Storm, also known as Divination. For those who have chosen to master this magic are known as Diviners. I am Professor Halston Baelstrom, Master Inventor. Oh yes, and Professor of Storm Magic. Who can master the power of the Storm Lords in the seas? Anyone who can harness their creativity. You look like a smart one. Check back when you're ready to start learning how to release your inner thunder!
So from the storm school, we will head over to the ice school.
Welcome, dear. I am Lydia Greyrose, your ice magic professor. Ice magic, or thaumaturgy, is not for the impatient or flighty. My goodness, no. You'll need to study hard to learn ice magic. but I'm sure you will be great at it. And I'll always offer a hand if you need it. Come see me later when you are ready to begin your lessons. You have much to learn from ice.
From the ice teacher, we are going to go over to the fire school.
Hello. Welcome to the School of Fire. I'm Madame Falmea. Oh, yes. You're a new student here. You definitely have that spark about you. Here, I instruct students how to be powerful pyromancers. But fire can be quite dangerous. We must not be rash, lest we destroy that which we mean to achieve. Come see me after you have finished your tour. I'm always up for fanning the flames so students can learn more about pyromancy.
So this is our school teacher. We'll be coming to her for our spells quite frequently.
Have you come looking for the Death School? Well, you found where it used to be. This gaping chasm is all that is left after it was torn from Ravenwood. It is said that Malistaire, the Death Professor, caused it to disappear. I'm not sure what happened to the school, but you'll find many rumors around town about it. Oh, I'm Maloran Ashthorn. I don't mean to boast, but I used to be one of Malistaire's top students. Now, I'm about all that's left. So I try to teach the new students. So if you want, I can teach you some death spells or necromancy. If you're up for it, stop by any time.
So as he is a replacement, unlike the other schools, he only goes up to 16, which is only half of what the other teachers can teach.
Let me guess. Another conjurer want to be taking the Ravenwood tour? How quaint.
Professor Drake shakes his head in frustration.
I wish they would send us some adept pupils for once. Well, if you wish to attempt to learn some myth spells, come back later and I will see how well you pay attention. Now, leave me alone.
And from the myth school, we are off to the last school, which would be life.
Welcome, my dear young wizard. I am Mulinda Wu, professor of the School of Life. This school celebrates the living, evergreen power of creation and vitality. If you listen carefully to your surroundings, you'll hear life magic all around. Just a few notes can lift one's troubles, purify one's spirit, and restore life. Soon I will teach you how. Come visit me when you're ready to learn more.
And that is the last professor in our enrollment quest. So now we will go back to Headmaster Ambrose.
Oh, good. Now you know where all your classes are held. I hope you liked all the Ravenwood instructors. If you want, you can wander about to see what all Wizard City has to offer. I should mention, though, there have been some strange events around town. Nothing serious, nothing that a promising wizard like you couldn't handle. So, as a reward for your visiting all the instructors, here is a new spell card. Don't forget to add it to your deck.
So we have now learned Fireblade, plus 35% to next fire attack spell. This spell has already been added to our spell deck, so we have 3 of those. And with this new spell, we have a pet. It gives Sharpened Blade, plus 10% to 1 positive attack charm, which would be a blade, and plus 25% health. So we will equip him. And now we are off to talk to Sergeant Muldoon in Old Town. As you can see, the mount does make things faster, transportation-wise.
Halt! Who goes there?
You show Sergeant Muldoon the letter from the headmaster.
This darkness has come upon Wizard City so quickly we're overwhelmed dealing with it. I'm glad you're here to help. You're that student everyone is talking about, aren't you? They say you're Wizard City's last hope. And you've just enrolled. You did a good job spooking the spooks on Unicorn Way, but evil is on the move. Push down in one place, something pops up somewhere else. Now it's Old Town's turn. If we lose control of Old Town to the undead, all of the other streets will be isolated and will fall. Here's what we need you to do. Defeat Lady Blackhope and lock her in her tower on Unicorn Way. Do that, and I'll let you pass.
So you're going to head back to Unicorn Way, but for now we're going to leave an X so you can quickly get back here and go back to the commons. So we can look at our map to see where Lady Blackhope is located. So she's right around the corner over here. And like Rattlebones, this is a single person fight, so you cannot go in with other people.
Mere mortals should not dabble in the affairs of the undead. Perish now, wizard!
So we have our new blade. So we're going to use a fire blade. So now what that does is it makes our fire cat able to do more damage than it originally can. So now, since we have our sharpened blade, our blade enchant, we can go ahead and use that on the blade. So now the blade does plus 45% damage. But for now, we are just going to use a fire cat on the skeletal coursier. Now in this fight, the minion's damage is halved, so that last attack would have done 90, but to make things easier on beginning players, it does only do half the damage. So we are going to heal for now to try to keep our health up and as high as it can. As you can see, it did take 2 pips. So now we're going to get rid of the minion by using a super flash. So now that we have gotten rid of the minion, we can focus our attack on Lady Blackhope. And we are going to blade just to ensure that we kill her with our next fire cat. And since that was an enchanted blade, we are able to use a normal blade, and it would use both blades at once to increase the damage even further. From that fight, we got a hat, boots, neither of use to us, so you have to go back to Sergeant Muldoon in Old Town.
So, you beat the ghost, did you? Very impressive. None of the guards were brave enough to face her. With Old Town secure, I feel better about letting you through to the other streets. But be careful, understand? Something's going on. This place is not as safe as it seems. I hear fearful rumors about a big nasty wraith named Lord Nightshade roaming around. My guess is that he's responsible for much of the trouble Wizard City now faces.
So we have just leveled up. We are now level 5. And since we have reached level 5, we can go home to our dormitory and head over to our professor. So here we have Fire Elf, does 100 damage, plus 210 over 3 rounds. So this is an overtime spell. It is level 5 and up only, and since we are fire, it is free. And we have 2 training points, so we could go to any of the other schools and train the first 2 spells from them. There we have it, Fire Elf. And as we did have open spaces, we now have 3 Fire Elves added to our deck. And now we are going to head back over to Sergeant Muldoon. So we are back with Sergeant Muldoon, and now we can pick up our next quest. This video we are going to be doing Triton Avenue, as it
Susie
is the last free
Griffinbane
place.
is down on Triton Avenue asking for help. But we're spread thin with all the problems in Wizard City. I think her brother is lost or something like that. Can you help her out?
So we're going to leave those other two quests for later. And Triton Avenue is again the last free place that you get in Wizard City. I do apologize. I am back. I got pulled into a fight with one of the haunted minions. But now we are back on our quest to talk to Susie Griffinbane.
So glad you came. I've been trying to get someone to help me, but the guards are far too busy with all the events of late. The headmaster sent you? Great! My brother and I can use the help. We are trying to stop all the undead that broke down the gate from the haunted cave and invaded the area. My brother Arthur went on ahead to check out the haunted cave. He had a theory that the force behind all this was in that cave. I'm worried because I've not heard from him for a while. Could you go see how my brother is doing? He should be just inside the haunted cave. Maybe he's identified the dark presence responsible for Wizard City's troubles.
So we're going to leave an X here with Susie Griffinbane and head over to the dark cave. I will meet you guys at the entrance to the dark cave. Here we are at the entrance to the haunted cave, and we are going to go in.
You find a broken wand just inside the haunted cave.
Okay, we have completed that quest, and I have to go back to Susie Griffinbane.
Did you find him? This is his wand. Something must have happened to him. I'll bet he was right about the haunted cave as being the source of evil. Could you talk to Duncan Grimwater? He is a death student studying the events here, trying to piece together what is going on. He's a little snobbish, but he might have a clue as to my brother's whereabouts. Can you check with him, please?
We are out to talk to Duncan Grimwater.
Merle Ambrose sent another student to help out? I guess he thinks that Susie and her brother cannot handle this situation. Well, that's what happens when you send Storm students to do a Death student's job. Susie says that her brother is missing? Ha! I think he is hiding back at Ravenwood. But I'll check around and see what I can find out. In the meantime, I could use some help with my field studies. I need to find out the fighting tactics of the undead. Knowing how they fight may give me some insight into how we can defeat them. I would do it myself, but... I just ran out of treasure cards. It shouldn't be too hard. Just defeat some haunted minions and rotting fodders. Report back to me afterwards.
Okay, so now we have to defeat 5 haunted minions and 5 rotting fodders. So I'll get back to you guys on the last fight of the haunted minions. So we are back with the last fight in our quest for defeating 5 haunted minions. These fights should be fairly easy to solo, as they only have 135 health, and as a fire wizard that is a fire cat, maybe 2, and if you are level 5 or higher, then you could even blade and fire elf. But if you are going with a teammate, that would speed the quest up rather very much. So now we have 1 million left, and the other person in our fight has fled or quit the game. So you're now left to finish this last guy off by yourself. So as you notice, the card does read 100 base damage, but since our gear and weapon gives us damage boost, it does more. Now that we have completed fighting the haunted minions, we can go fight 5 rotting fodders. So like with the haunted minions, I'll be back with you guys on the 5th and final fight. Back for the last and final fight of our quest for Duncan Grimwater of defeating 5 haunted minions, which we have done, and this is the 5th rotting fodder. So we are out of mana, which means we can't use Fire Cat or a healing spell, so we are stuck using our weapon. It for our quest. So now we can go back and talk to Duncan Grimwater. Let's use a potion really quickly.
You survived? What? The undead were using storm magic? That doesn't make any sense. Where could they have learned that? Maybe you could ask Susie what she might know about this. And tell her I'm still trying to find out what happened to her brother.
So we have to go back and talk to Susie Griffinbane.
What? Duncan needs my help? Wow, that's a first. Duncan is right. You don't normally find the undead using storm magic. Someone must have put them up to this, but who? I have seen them wearing some kind of strange medallion. Battle some rotting fodders and collect these, then take them to Duncan. Maybe he will know why the undead have them.
So yet again, we have another defeat and collect. So I will be back with you guys on the last fight of the defeat and collect quest. Goal complete. So now we can go back and talk to Duncan Grimwater.
You collected these from the rotting fodders? Great! This will help me out. Where could the undead have gotten storm medallions? In order for me to investigate these medallions, I will need some Lumina crystals. They store storm magic and will be affected by the medallion. To get some Lumina crystals, you will need to go see Blad Raveneye, the miller by the falls. He runs the storm mill that produces the Lumina crystals.
So we've just leveled up. We are now level 6. As you can see.
You are here investigating these events with all the undead? Hoo-ha! It's about time something was done about them. They're scaring all the citizens away. You need some Lumina crystals for your investigation? Why, I'd give you some, but my entire inventory was taken by the undead. If you can get over to the street and take back my barrels, I will gladly share them with you.
Okay, so now we are off to get Lumina crystals, which means we have to go over and find the barrels laying around on the street. So I am back with the 3rd barrel of Lumina crystals. So we have to go back to Blad Raveneye.
I don't believe it. These Lumina crystals you brought me have been drained of magic. I'll bet those undead have a way of stealing the power from them. You'd better take this crystal back to Duncan. I'm sure he'll want to see this.
We're going to not take that quest as it is a side quest.
The undead are able to steal. We still need a charged Lumina crystal to find the source of the storm medallions. Defeat Scarlet Screamers until you find a fully charged Lumina crystal. Then return it to me so we can finish the investigation.
So now we're going to go defeat a Scarlet Screamer. So we are back, and I've just gotten the Lumina crystal, and we are headed back to talk to Duncan Grimwater. With this quest, we do get 150 experience, but no gold.
You got the crystal from the Scarlet Screamers? Great! Now we can figure out what's going on here, and especially who is behind this.
Duncan waves his wand over the Lumina crystal and the storm medallion. Magical electricity arcs from the medallion, and an image appears in the crystal.
Of course! Go tell Susie Griffinbane that the undead on Triton Avenue are being led by the Harvest Lord, and that he has captured her brother.
So we're going to talk to Susie Griffinbane.
My brother's been captured? We have to save him! Oh no! I'll bet that when Arthur was scouting the haunted cave, the undead kidnapped him. He's probably at the Harvest Lord's tower right now! Please, if you defeat the Harvest Lord, you'll not only save my brother, but you may stop all of the haunting on this street.
So now we're out to fight the Harvest Lord. Let's take a look at our map. He is at the end of Triton Avenue, opposite of the haunted cave. So I'll meet you guys at the entrance to his tower. So here we are at the entrance to the Harvest Lord Tower. And to make this faster, since the Harvest Lord is a fire boss, we are going to do team up. Now I'll see you guys when we are in the battle.
In the back of the room, you notice Archer, Susie's brother.
So, Wizard, you too have uncovered Malistair's plan. Too bad you will have to remain here with the other wizard. The both of you will be powerless to stop us.
So since there were 4 people here, there are now 3. There is 4 mobs that we do have to fight. If you were to solo this, it would be the Harvest Lord and a Rotting Fodder. As you can tell, the Harvest Lord does use a minus 25% ice shield, and the Rotting Fodders use a minus 80% myth shield. So as you can see, having 4 people in a battle does help speed things up, as we only have the Harvest Lord and a Rotting Fodder left. So on my max life, I did farm Lord Nightshade for level 5 and up gear, and I will have that equipped for our next video, along with a new robe that is also level 5 and up. And I will show you guys that gear in the next video.
Thank you for freeing me, my friend. I feared that no one was ever going to find me. Please, go and tell my sister that I am safe. I know I have worried her so. May the winds of chance bring us together once more, wizard.
And that is it for requested feat, the Harvest Lord. Over here, little thing off to the side, there is a housing item. So now we go back and talk to Susie Griffinbane. And we are back at Susie Griffinbane.
You saved Arthur from the Harvest Lord? Thank you, young wizard. I don't know what I would have done had I lost him. You'd better tell the headmaster what has happened here. He needs to be informed on what's happening in Wizard City.
So now we have reached level 7 on our fire wizard. We'll go back to the commons. You can stop here and have a look at what they have to say.
Wonderful wizard! Our mutual friend, Headmaster.
By Bartleby, you defeated the Harvest Lord? Oh, not many students can make that claim. Good work, young wizard. The Harvest Lord mentioned that he was helping Malastare. We need to find out what Malastare's plans are if Wizard City is ever to return to the nice place it once was. It's hard to run a school with all the monsters running amok. Many thanks to you for straightening everything out on Triton Avenue, young wizard. I fear the worst is not over yet. I want you to introduce yourself to Diego. The arena is just inside the entrance to Unicorn Way, on the right.
And that will be it for today's episode. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.